We all know that any business can hugely benefit from analyzing its data. And now think of what you could even do if you were able to analyze data across different businesses. In this video, we dive into how emerging technology, multi-party computation, or in short MPC, can create new business opportunities. Let's talk about Jeff. He owns a bar in the historic center of a city. Let's imagine that Jeff and other business owners unite to perform a marketing campaign. And after the completion of the campaign, they are curious if it was a success. Therefore, they are looking at the sale revenues before and after the campaign. But I think you understand that Jeff hesitates to disclose his revenues to other bar owners. What if there is a way to compute the sum of all revenues without disclosing the individual ones? And indeed, using MPC protocol would solve the issue. More concretely, the business owners would be able to securely compute the sum of the revenues without revealing their individual revenues. From this example, we can already see the potential of MPC to create new business opportunities. Namely, whenever on the one hand there is an economic benefit in sharing data, but on the other hand the impacts of disclosing that data is too great of a risk. Such risks involve violations of the GDPR or revealing inside information about your business. Can you think of valuable data in your own business that you are afraid to share? If yes, you probably found the first opportunity to use MPC in order to get more out of your data. And I'm sure that if you think for a little longer or together with your partners, you easily come up with many more use cases. Now, let's take a closer look at MPC. The aim of MPC is to enable a group of participants to jointly compute an agreed-upon function without revealing the private input to the other participants. Note that with MPC, there is no need for a trusted third party. You could say MPC provides trust and privacy by design. To make the concept of MPC more practical, I will show you the idea of how it works. For this, you do not need any technical knowledge. We're coming back to Jeff. Remember, he wants to be part of the computation of the combined revenues without revealing his revenue. For simplicity, assume there is only one additional business, a bar that is owned by Alice. Now Jeff and Alice would like to compute the sum of their revenues without disclosing their input. How is this even possible? With a concept called secret sharing. This concept is the most popular to realize MPC protocols. The secrets in our case are the revenues. Secret sharing can roughly be divided into 3 steps. At first, the creation of secret shares. Therefore, imagine Jeff's revenue for the last month is 30,000 euros. He now splits up this revenue into 2 shares. Say share 1 is 12,000 and share 2 is 18,000. On the other side, Alice does the same procedure. Say her revenue is 35,000, then she splits it up into 90,000 and 60,000. The second step is the exchange of shares. This means that Jeff gives away 1 share of his secret to Alice and vice versa. The third step is the actual computation. Jeff adds his own and Alice's secret share together, which leaves him with 28,000. Alice does the same and gets 37,000. You see that those 2 numbers on their own don't get them any meaningful information. If Jeff and Alice now want to know the sum of their revenues, they only have to add their values arriving at the number 55,000, which is the correct result of their combined revenues. Of course, Jeff could now subtract his revenue from the result, arrive at Alice's revenue. However, this is due to the simplicity of the example. If there are more businesses involved, then there is no way for Jeff to compute Alice's revenue. After we now have a deeper understanding of MPC, I would encourage you to ask yourself again the following questions. Do you own sensitive data in your business that until now you were afraid to share? If yes, first think, how could you benefit from sharing the data? That means, what could you gain? Second, ask yourself who are possible business partners in your computation. Once you have answered all those questions, you are on the best way to create new business opportunities with the help of MPC.